apart, but nonetheless a very interesting matchup tonight, Coach.
Well, it's definitely cartouche weather. Yeah. This is the kind of weather that defenses just love. Waianae only giving up 42 points in 6 games. They're led by this ferocious linebacker, Fa'amaga, 5'11", 200-pound, goes from sideline to sideline. He is a cartouche one. This guy can really hit.
And speaking of a guy who could really pass this 1993 OIA season, and it should be a treat indeed, especially if the numbers that have been posted by number 6, Matt Bright, are any indication. We mentioned that they are the #1 offense, and they certainly have done it all this year, averaging 344 yards per game. Now the #1 team in the OIA averaging 296, so we're talking a difference of 48 yards, and we are underway. The ball is fielded by Kalaheo at their 25-yard line, looking for running room and trying to break it to the far side is Mike Schara. So we are underway, and coaches, we continues to fall. And let us introduce you to the men who are going to be handling the ball, the backs and receivers for Kalaheo. We talked about Matt Bright, Jason Faber, Kalaheo, Mike Schara, Keola Benson, and Julius Snofo at wide receiver. And the offensive line, Silva, Kala Keiki. And we'll get to the rest of the guys after this. Pass comes to the near side, and the pass is dropped by Kalaheo. And as we get underway, the rain continues to fall very hard. There you see the offensive line at center. Kaipo McKeague, Nate Brown, and then Thomas Borges, the right tackle. 2nd and 10, ball at the 35-yard line. Bragg drops back, passes, and it is in and out of the hands of his intended receiver, Keola Benson. Well, you can see, Coach, the rain is falling, but hey, they come out doing what they've done all year. 2 plays, 2 passes.
Yeah, it's a pretty much accepted fact in the world of football that when you have artificial turf like you have at the stadium, especially new turfs like this, it's just like playing on a dry field. You just got to keep the balls rotated so the ball doesn't get slippery.
Illegal motion call against Kalaheo refused. It'll be 3rd and 10. The defensive line, and what a line it is for Waianae. Momoa, Smith, Jose Cueto, and Joseph Tafiti. 3rd and 10 at the 35-yard line. Just underway, no score. The first of 4 quarterfinal games. Out of the shotgun. Bright rolling, looking to pass, and it isn't even close. His intended receiver, Keola Benson, but the ball was thrown into the artificial turf. And we do have another flag on the field, and let's wait to see what the call is. As for the linebackers, Alika Manners, Dallas Polly, and Big Fa'amaga we told you about. Koyaso, Pagofi, Bradley, and Nate Kalima. The defensive secondary for Waianae. And Kalaheo, by virtue of 3 incomplete passes, is going to get a first down because of penalty, and a big one marched off against Waianae. Here's the call.
Defensive pass interference, first down.
And if you're wondering, that gentleman in the white hat right there is Tim Ho'omalu. Jim Beavers is the headlines in. Back to live action. Put the ball on the ground. They go nowhere. The Mustangs of Kalaheo. Again, running with the ball is Keola Benson.
And Fa'amaga right there, number 88. You'll see him all over the field. He gets a defensive call. Check him out here. He's the middle linebacker. Comes to the inside. This is a misdirection play. No misdirection there. Read it all the way.
It'll be 2nd and 10. Ball at midfield. Out of the shotgun. The ball is snapped over the head of Matt Bright, and he wisely smothers it at the 20-yard line. It'll be a loss of 30 yards on the play, and there again, one of the dangers, especially going out of the shotgun.
Yeah, when that center puts down his head and has to snap the ball back in this kind of weather, it gets a little tricky. You can see that that replay there. The ball, Bright couldn't have got that ball.
Well, there are certain mistakes that you get the impression Kalaheo will not be able to afford making tonight, and that certainly is one of them, because even now when they're forced to punt, Waianae is going to come out of this with good field position. Again, out of the shotgun. Bright rolling right, and he is smothered from the back. Fa'amaga with the hit. The ball is recovered by Waianae inside the 10-yard line. And just like that, the Sea Riders take over. And let me check that. It is Kelly Momoa with a big defensive hit.
Kelly Momoa, number 68 there, 6'1", 230-pound senior. Watch him come down from behind, number 68. Watch the cartouche here. Boom, right in the back of the shoulder blades. That is really a good hit. Good clean hit. You see Bright feel the ball. He's sprinting out. He goes 1, 2, 3, 4, and doesn't even see Momoa coming from the backside. Ball recovered there by Cueto.
And we talk about mistakes, and Waianae the first to take advantage of a big mistake. 1st and 10, and not a from scrimmage on the ground. Tiny Tadani talked about Jay Amina earlier, the quarterback for Waianae. They have come alive since he's been in the lineup. Lave, Ming Hua O, Jerry Munga, Matthew Tafiti, and Gerald Kahue, the offensive ball handlers. Cordero, Iosefa, Lullaby, Laurita, and Travis Poole, the offensive line left to right. Ball is given to number 20, running down into the end zone. Ming Hua Howie is stuffed about, maybe a yard or so shy of the end zone by Jace with the Allen.
Take a look at this. This is just power blocking. You got the Ming Hao just goes right through. The gang tackle him or not, he would have gone into the end zone. Good job of gang tackling by Kalaheo. Might add that Waianae's offensive line outweighs Kalaheo's defensive line by about 50 pounds per man.
And we should also mention that while Kalaheo is a talented team offensively, they give up a lot of yardage defensively, and they give up one crucial yard right there. Ming Hua O, touchdown Waianae. Kalaheo has given up almost 300 yards per game, 278 to be exact, and that was one very costly yard right there.
You can see there, he's not a real big young kid. He's only 5'8", 160 pounds, but he's a senior. You take a look at him behind some ferocious blocking by Cordero. Iosefa on that right side there, or their left. The defense is offensive left, defensive right. Great blocking.
And the point after touchdown, kind of a fumbled snap. Looking now to throw it, and it is completed into the end zone. The pass is caught by Rusty Makue. And it was thrown by Daniel Peterson. It was actually intended to be kicked, and coach, he couldn't come up with a handle, and it worked out for the best.
Yeah, this is an automatic call. If the ball is ever snapped and fumbled by the holder, it automatically comes a dump to the tight end, which is what Peterson is doing there.
And so with 8:48, Waianae takes advantage of a big turnover, and they poke it into the end zone. They lead it 8-zip. And we are back at Aloha Stadium, and it did not take long for the top-rated Sea Riders to exploit the mistake of Kalaheo. And you look there at the head coach, David Kozier Jr., and he is a junior, a young man indeed on the sidelines for these Mustangs. What a year they've had, though. The ball fielded inside the 20-yard line, and Kalaheo on the move once again, a reverse. Heading over past the 30-yard line on the far side and running with the ball. Shelton Kiaveehu.
A 16-yard return. Kalaheo doing all the right things. You look here, they're trying reverses, they're passing, they're not holding anything back here. And like Harry Mitsui, the coach, said, they got nothing to lose. And here's a good example of that. Watch this very casual handoff here. Good cut back in here.
And back to live action. Matt Bright handing the ball off. The ball carrier is Mike Schurer. He is 5'7", 170 pounds. He's a junior, and that's one of the first running plays we've seen by Kalaheo tonight.
Fa'amaga makes the tackle again. You'll hear his name all night. This is perfect football weather for the defense.
Boy, it is. The mist continues to fall in a somewhat heavy fashion. Quick pass, quick out pattern, and it is in and out of the hands of Julius Nofo. The ball was right on the mark. Good pass by Bright, but Nofo unable to hold on to it, and the very talented passer is now 0 for 4.
That's right. Jack Kay is telling us that he's 0 for 4. But in this type of an offense, 0 for 4 is not bad in the first quarter.
Not when you're throwing on all but one play. Again, out of the shotgun, Bright, rolling right, puts it up, lofts it over the interior linebacker, and it is deflected out of bounds by Dallas Pauly. And so very quickly, the Kalaheo Mustangs go through downs 1, 2, and 3, and they'll be forced to kick it away on down 4.
Got to tell you, the defensive front four of the Waianae Sea Riders, Tafiti, Koito, Smith, and Momoa, put as much pressure on the quarterback as anybody in the league. They're very tough to throw against because of the pass rush. They're superior.
7:49 remaining in the first quarter. Matt Bright, he does it all. He is also the punter. Good high kick, fielded inside the 35-yard line. The ball is loose, and a Waianae player recovers it, and then he is dumped down just outside the 15-yard line. Lawrence Lenchenko was the man who bobbled it, and Chris Pagofi got the fortuitous hop for Waianae.
Yeah, that was lucky, too. Watch this right here. Watch him come down here. Lenchenko drops the ball there. Pagofi picks it up here, and he's greeted by a host of Kalaheo Mustangs.
And Kalaheo was the first man to apply the heat and force the fumble. First ball. The ball is handed off, and the ball carrier, Matthew Tafiti, and he is wrapped up at the line of scrimmage. Good defensive play. .709 remaining in the first quarter. 8-0 our score, Waianae, after taking advantage of a big turnover after a 30-yard loss on the part of Kalaheo. 2nd and 9 from the 23-yard line. Backfield behind Amina. Again, the ball, and he is wrapped up at the 25-yard line after a gain of a couple. Once again, Shannon Debris in there, along with Joe Kahavai.
Joe Kahavai and linebackers, 5'10", 210, 6 feet, 165. They're not very big, but you see them flow with the ball parallel to the line of scrimmage, and when Tafiti tries to cut back, they're there to greet him. Real good defensive play by Kalaheo.
Well, they're probably going to have to do a lot of swarm tackling tonight. You mentioned the size difference on the line, and they're going to have to do it with speed and numbers. 6 minutes, 10 seconds remaining in the first quarter. Amina looking to pass, throws into the left flats, complete, and then smothered again at the 25-yard line. The ball carrier for Waianae again was Matthew Tafiti, and he was greeted by a host of orange jerseys. That time, Matt Panozo, along with Sheldon Keavehu.
This is really a great reaction to the ball. This guy is wide open here. You see Tafiti, and he cuts back in, and watch Kalaheo assemble itself. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 out of 11 players. That's good gang tackling.
Indeed. Had he turned it to the outside, it looked like he had a little bit of running room. So Waianae is forced to kick it away, and a good high kick it is. Fair catch signaled for and made at the 30-yard line by Julius Nofo. So with 5:26 remaining in the first quarter of play, we take timeout. The score, Waianae 8, Kalaheo nothing.
It's a must series of down for Kalaheo. So far, they have minus 27 yards total offense. Got to keep their defense off the field.
Well, of course, they lost 30 yards when the ball was snapped over Bright's head on a shotgun attempt. This time he fires complete, his first completion of the game to Kalaheo. A gain of about 6 yards on the play. Alika Manners on the defensive side.
Alika Manners is all over the field here. You watch this little ball control pass down and out 3 or 4 yards. Manners just runs him right down. They're playing man coverage on that motion man.
Call it 2nd and 5 officially. The side handoff and spinning his way to about the 38-yard line. Gain of maybe 2.5. Sharer.
Fa'amaga made the ricocheting cartouche there, along with Joseph Tafiti. We've got 2 Tafitis here. One plays on the line. He's number 72, 6'2", 225. And his brother, who is a smaller one, Matthew Tafiti, is only 185 pounds right there.
Bright again rolling, this time to his left, fires complete, and oh, what a hit put on the defensive side of the football. The nice hit by Nate Kalima, and he applied that hit to the pads of Keola Benson, who was held shy of the first down, or was he? No, he gets the first down, but he paid the price, didn't he?
Nat Kalima, 145-pound cartouche. Boy, that was a great open field tackle. He was right where he was supposed to be. Kalaheo is doing what they have to do. They have to keep their defensive team off the field, and they got to make first downs. That's what they have to do.
Again, out of the shotgun, Matt Bright rolls to his right, puts it in the air, fires. Is it complete or no? It was right on the artificial turf. Did it hop? Did it skip? I think they're calling it a complete pass to Julius Nofo. It was a complete pass according to the officials. Let's take a look.
Take a good look here. Matt Bright is starting to warm up. You can see him there. Oh, that was a close call.
Looked like it skipped off a little green stuff, didn't it? Again, Bright passing, fires complete. Down to the 37-yard lines, forced out of bounds. There's another one.
Number 74 there is 6'2", 320 pounds, by the way.
This time, Bright puts it up in a heap of traffic, and it is nearly picked off. His intended receiver is Keola Benson, but Adrian Coyasso is right there. A very dangerous pass there.
This one is thrown a little bit high into the wind. Luckily, it wasn't intercepted. Ball is slippery now, but Kalaheo is going right at it. Coyasso had an opportunity to intercept it. He couldn't hang on to it either.
No, he couldn't. 3 minutes remaining in the first quarter. Bright again looking to pass, fires complete. Looking for first down yardage and not able to get it is Kalaheo. and he is brought down, and so the Mustangs are going to have to make a decision here. It's going to be fourth and about 4 to 5 yards to go.
Look at this pass out in the flat. Watch who makes the tackle here from behind. Number 72, the defensive lineman, Tafidi.
And on fourth down, the Mustangs are going to go for it. Call it fourth and about 4.5 yards. Again, out of the shotgun, Matt Bright. Couple steps back, passes, and it is deflected. The big defensive play that time by Dallas Pauly, and Waianae will take over on downs.
Kalaheo's offense just a little predictable now because they're rolling with the motion. Every time the motion goes one way, they go with it. You see the motion going this way, throws back across the center. A little bit more lead, and Dallas Pauly wouldn't have been able to touch it. A little less lead, and he would have had an interception. It might have been gone to the races.
Well, I like the style of David Cozier. He knows he's got to go for it.
Yeah.
There's no sense punting the ball away and trying to stuff Waianae deep in their own zone.
Good game plan.
Yeah, you got to go for it, but now you got to play defense. Ball is handed off again to Beatty. He's got a big hole. He's breaking it to the outside to midfield. He's at the 45-yard line of Kalaheo.
Joe Kahevai brings him down. Tafidi, just a 24-yard scramble. Look at the look at the blocking on the outside here. What an absolute amazing hole. Good blocking all the way. Watch Tafidi, strong legs here. Look at the leg power here. Just picking them up and laying them down. You hear that term a lot in offensive football. Well, that's what he was doing.
First and 10 at the 43 of Kalaheo. The ball carrier this time is number 22, and that is Anglo Newman. They have such a host of running backs, do the Sea Riders, that you always got to look twice to see who's carrying the football.
Here's a cartouche by Joe Kahevai from the middle linebacker spot. Watch him come in right there, number 71. Real good tackle.
Gain of about 3 yards. It'll be second and a long 6, closer to 7 yards. Again, 3 backs behind the quarterback, Jay Amina. This time it is given to Ming Hua Oh, and that very familiar number that you just mentioned of 71 in there on the tackle. That is Joe Kahevai.
Boy, I tell you what, he's getting a workout here. Middle linebacker, 5'8", 210 pounds, delivers another cartouche. Watch him here. Good blocking, fullback, tailback, kicking out the Tafidi blocking. Here comes Oh. You see that good hit right there by Joe Kahevai there, number 71. He's the one that's looking for the signal there.
Third down now, and 2 yards to go for a first for Waianae. 1:05 remaining in the first quarter. Ming Hua Oh, the ball carrier, he has a first down with plenty to spare inside the 30-yard line of Kalaheo, down to about the 27.
Front there. Got to tell you, Waianae's offensive line, number 77 there you're looking at. He's 6'3", 310-pound junior, Travis Pu'o. 310-pound junior.
And you can see the rain. Boy, it's coming down hard now, isn't it?
Oh, this is just about right for a defensive football game.
I love it. I love playing in the rain growing up. Of course, you'd rather be in the mud, I think, as a high schooler. Ming Hua Oh, the ball carrier, a little dive over left guard, and he picks up a couple.
See, Harry Mitsui, he's just going to keep it very conservative. When you play Waianae, now we're almost out of the first quarter, and they have not tried to throw the ball that much. They're just going to grind it out, and the enemy of Kalaheo in the long run is going to be ball control. They get ahead of you, that's what they do. They just start cranking it out, just like they are now.
Well, we mentioned at the outset of this game, we had one running team, one passing team, and that's the way it's been. Kalaheo has passed on almost every down. Waianae has run, I think, on every down. This time it was Matthew Tafidi squirming forward for a couple of lines. You know, it's been going so fast, we haven't even had an opportunity to introduce the defensive starters for Kalaheo. Gushikuma Kane and Matt Panoza, we've mentioned his name a few times. Also Joe Kahevai in the middle there, along with Shannon Debris and Kekamo Emsley. And then J.C. Withy Allen, Silva Flores, Chadamasiu, and Sheldon Kiave'ehu. And that brings us to the end of the first quarter of play. And so the two teams will switch directions. And while they do that, we will take time out. So put a fresh 12 minutes up on the clock. We'll be back. Waianae 8, Kalaheo nothing. How's it? Hanging out under the umbrella, kind of keeping cool on Misty Thursday night. I'll tell you, this is great, isn't it?
You got to admire the fans of Kalaheo and Waianae. Come to watch their gang play.
Absolutely. Waianae with the ball, 2nd and 6 on the 24-yard line of Kalaheo. Matthew Tafidi trying to break it. He does. The 10, the 5, touchdown. Touchdown, Waianae.
24 Feedy. Take a look at it, boy. I tell you what, awesome blocking over there on the outside. Jerry Maga, the fullback, number 30 there, just blows a tremendous hole in there. Watch his kick out block right here. And he does the rest by himself. Kahivai can't hang on this time, and Tafidi is gone.
Speedy Tafidi, second time tonight. He's busted one loose for 24 yards. This time it's for 6 points and a 14-0 lead. And right now trying to make it 15-zip with the point after touchdown. The kick is up, and the kick is no good. And so it'll stay at an even 14 as Talialave misses wide to the right. And so with 11:51 remaining, Tafidi has been the man, Coach.
Yep, he's had 5 carries for 54 yards. That's 10.8 per carry. Take one more look at it here. Look at the great kick-out block there by number 33. Nothing to it.
Back at Aloha Stadium, there you see the Waianae Sea Riders set to kick it away. They do. That is Dallas Poly putting it in play. And Kalaheo, oh, looking for a big gap up the middle, past midfield into the 46-yard line of Waianae. Hey, that's a quick 36 yards.
Fine 36-yard run by Nofo, brought down by Lawrence Lachanko. Take a look at this. This just opens up right down the center. Kind of caught the Waianae special team coasting here. Notice how they are trained to go for the ball there.
Right, once again rolling, passing, and throwing it into the turf. He was under extreme pressure that time as Dallas Poly was.
You see him playing with his ribs there. That's his rib pads. This is kind of a quick screen to the outside. Dennis Poly just all over him. He didn't have time to really throw the ball. 5 for 13 now for 35 yards, Matt Bright.
Got his towel, trying to keep those hands dry. This time over center, no shotgun. The screen pass right side complete. And the Waianae defense is there pretty quickly to wrap up Julius Nofo after a gain of a few. And there on the tackle,
Chris Pagofi.
Right, along with
Adrian Collazo.
What a team we are.
We'd be lost without Reynolds.
Again out of the shotgun, quick slant, pass complete again to Nofo, and he is forced forward and very close to a first down thanks to the Waianae defense, which actually tackled him in a forward way.
That was Jose Kyoto that made the tackle. They all 6'2", 235 pounds, coming down from behind and making the tackle. This is really good training for Waianae, because if there is a strategy to beat Waianae and to get away from their ferocious front seven, this is the way to do it. This is the offense to do it with. Throw short, run long.
And right now on 4th and 1, they're going for it. Quick pass over the middle. It is complete, and it is knocked out, or is it? The ball, I believe, is fumbled, and now they're saying, one referee I saw point Waianae ball. Now we got to wait for some clarification. It appears as though it is Waianae football. Still waiting for an official signal. There it is. The pass was caught by Kama Liu and then knocked out. You mentioned that the Sea Riders go for the football, Coach.
And see, he has this ball right here. Pagofi actually knocks it out. Question is whether it came out before he hit the ground or afterwards. But when I look at this angle, boy, what camera work. You can see, yep, Pagofi gets the ball out. That's great defensive play. Joseph Tafidi makes the recovery.
Oh, on the first play, a pass play from Waianae. Oh, it almost goes all the way. The pass was complete by big Talia Lave, and there was one defensive man to win, and that was Jace Withy Allen, and Allen got him, by the big toenail.
They don't throw an awful lot, and this is one of the first times we've seen him throw to the tight end. Great over-the-shoulder catch. If he didn't look behind, he would have went all the way instead of 44 yards. But for a tight end, 44 yards, Lave will take it.
You better believe it. Talia Lave, he's loving that. He's getting a little breather. He's saying, Coach, let me get my wind back, and I'll be back in there for you. Back to the ground. Tafidi, the ball carrier, he grinds it forward for about 6 yards. You know, it's one of those games that even though Kalaheo has been managing to move the ball against Waianae, Coach, it seems like they're on the verge of almost getting put so far behind so early. But in one sense, they're playing well and moving it, but in the other sense, the scoreboard, they're trailing 14-zip, and Waianae's moving it again on them.
I understand what you're saying.
It's like we're playing good, but we're getting beat. Waianae, a tough team to stop. This time it is Ming Hua O, the ball carrier, and he gets forward to about the 15-yard line, and another Waianae first down.
And another Joe Kahai tackle. What do we have here is a red team playing someone from a smaller conference. That's what it amounts to. Oh, look at the blocking there. 68 yards now. Just on this drive. Good job there.
You mentioned the conferences, the red, white, and blue. The red being the toughest, the blue being the third conference, and this is blue versus tough. And Kalaheo can move the ball, but they just can't seem to stop the big machine that is Waianae. That is Ming Hua O, the ball carrier.
Joe Kahai makes a tackle again. As a Kalaheo, this is good experience for them. You see the players looking on. They just love this kind of weather. This is football weather. One of the few sports that's done not cancel games because of inclement weather.
And a timeout is signaled for on the field as the Kalaheo Mustangs want to take a little break and discuss it with that man, head coach David Kozier Jr. 8:08 remaining, 14-0 our score.
Better stores near you.
On 2nd and 6 now, the ball given up the middle. I tell you, tough to stop are these Waianae Sea Riders. This time getting it all the way down inside the 5-yard line is Tiolu, I believe it was.
Yep, number 33, big number 33. The fullback, just the first half of the option play. Boy, what power, huh?
Kanisimani Tiolu, 5'9", 185 pounds. He is a senior. And there is David Kozier Jr. looking on, probably feeling very helpless. And take nothing away from his team, they're just going up against a much bigger Waianae football team. A football team that is once again in the end zone for the touchdown. Ming Hua O, the ball carrier.
See, following that big offensive line, 6 rushes, 26 yards, 2 touchdowns now. Take another look at it, just coming behind an immense offensive line, just blowing the Kalaheo defensive line into the end zone.
And the point after touchdown is up and no good, and I believe one of the Kalaheo players may have gotten a little piece of it. Nonetheless, it misses wide to the left. And so with 7:33 remaining in the first half of play, the rain continues to fall, and the Sea Riders continue to roll. As we look at the scoreboard, as you look at Ming Hua O, it reads 20-0 Waianae. And we are back live at Aloha Stadium. Waianae set to kick it off one more time. They lead it 20-0. Kalaheo trying to muster up something offensively. Julius Nofo on the return, and he brings it out to about the 33-yard line before Tony Matushia comes through and makes the play defensively.
Good 12-yard return. Kalaheo, mind you, has the proper offensive strategy, compliments to the coaching staff, and all they have to do is catch the ball and run a few yards and make some first downs to keep their defense off the field. You see Matt Bright, 7 for 17.
But they're not going to stop passing it over the middle and in and out of the hands of his intended receiver, Julius Nofo. And that pass was kind of right there on the money, but Nofo unable to hang on to that one.
Brett is sorry about that, Brett. Bright is a real good thinker here. He has good eyes, good peripheral vision. He can pick up the open receiver.
And this time he tries to put it once again into Julius Nofo's hands, and for the second time in as many plays, it is in and out of the hands of Nofo. Not a bad pass, just hard to hang on. I guess the ball a little bit slippery.
That's exactly what it is. You see he has gloves on here. I don't know if he's going to take them off now. Yeah, he is taking off his gloves. See, the big controversy among players and coaches, whether it helps or it hinders.
Well, let's see if he goes to Nofo. Not this time, but the pass is complete, very close to a first down. Quick pattern up the left side, and is complete. And the receiver was Mike Sharer out of the backfield. First time we've seen Sharer in a while.
Matt Kalima, Jay Amina in on the stop. That was a real good pass play. Now they have to decide whether they should go for it or not.
Fourth, the question is, did they get the first down? I think we're going to get a measurement.
Take a look at it. They're running right at the strength of the Waianae defense. They're going to measure there and see what happens. What number is that? 6.
5:50 remaining, and you can see the injured player is being carried off the football field. And we're going to take another look at the injury.
This is one of those deals where your leg gets trapped under everybody. That's number 54 there, hurt badly. Just has a kind of a scrooched leg. 6 feet, 200-pound junior.
Well, certainly we hope he's okay right now. You can see his left leg is kind of was a first down for Kalaheo from the 41-yard line. The pass is complete into the hands of Mike Sharer, and they're going to give him forward progress for a gain of about 7 yards, I believe, just over midfield.
Jay Amina right there to make the hit. Watch this. Just count 1,001, 1,002. Just puts the ball in there. There's Jay Amina to make the tackle, and the rest of his friends come out to help. This is the kind of offense that Kalaheo needs to maintain. They can go right down the field like this with their short passes.
Again out of the shotgun, putting it up, looking deep, and getting picked off is Matt Bright. On the interception for Waianae is Nate Kalima, and that time an ill-advised pass out of the hand of Matt Bright. He just put it up for grabs, and the defense, namely Kalima, came up with it.
This one actually slipped out of his hand. If you can see this ball, it doesn't really take off. Gets a real good rush by Maga there. He goes down. Over for Kalaheo, they can ill afford that. Nat Kalima, only 145 pounds, but he's a ubiquitous one in the backfield there, seemingly everywhere.
And even 5 minutes remaining in the first half, and once again Waianae on the move from their own 30-yard line. The ball is handed off on the inside, and getting pretty much nowhere on the play is Panisimani Tiolu.
Brought down by Panozo and Amasu.
No gain on the play. It'll bring up 2nd and 10. The rain continuing to fall. A nice kind of soggy but still night. No wind to speak of. Tafiti, ball carrier, breaking tackles, winding and spinning his way before every single orange jersey in the park is on top of him. By the time that play was over, Coach, all 11 Kalaheo players were in the mixture. Did you see that?
You got that right. Tafiti running off of his right side here behind the blocking of Maga. Just got about everybody. Kahawai hangs on to him. He has 8 rushes for 76 yards. Averaging 45 a game coming into this one, but he is their all-purpose back. Kalaheo selling out now. They got the entire football team within a 5-yard stripe. You can count 11 players there within 5 yards to try to stop Waianae's run.
Well, Waianae, as is Kalaheo, is predictable if nothing else. Kalaheo, you know they're going to pass it. Waianae, you pretty much know they're going to run it, especially on 3rd and short. And Minghua O gets the first down despite the Mustang gang tackle.
Take another look at this. Pu'o'o, all 310 pounds. Larita, 260 pounds. Lala Y, 245 pounds. Iasofa, 265. Cordero, 245. A massive offensive line.
This time, Giamina pitching out to Tafiti, looking for running room. First down yardage over the far side. Very close to a first down and a penalty marker on the field. And that probably means some kind of a personal foul, very likely a late hit or unnecessary roughing.
Well, I think the defender got a hold of Tafiti inbounds, and Tafiti just drug him out of bounds and didn't get tackled until he was into the white area there where you see the players standing, the coaches area. It's a big one.
That's going to be 15 yards for sure. Well, you know when a flag comes up that late and that far out of bounds, you know it's going to be a unnecessary roughness or some type of a penalty such as that, or maybe a face mask.
Dead ball foul, personal foul on the orange.
Tackle out of bounds. You can see Hoser there. He doesn't like that call at all. Against Tafiti gets the pitch from the option, comes to the outside. You watch right, he has a hold of him. It's struck down outside.
And back to live action. The pass is up into the end zone for another Waianae touchdown. We saw it earlier. We see it again. The big guy, the tight end, Talia Lave, this time 32 yards.
Jay Amina laid it right in there. And the reason that's possible is Kalaheo, like I said earlier, is selling out to stop the run. They got everybody within 5 yards of the line of scrimmage. And as long as Lobby can get out like he does, Amina just has to hit him, and that's what he's doing there.
Second time that Amina has gone upstairs to Lave, and he almost had a touchdown the first time around, and he certainly wouldn't be denied this time. And Amina asks instantly, do we go for two?
They should practice the extra point. That seems to be the only thing the offense is weak at tonight.
Yeah, they've missed 2 of them. They're going for 2, though. Amina over center. Gives the ball. No, he doesn't. He's looking to pass, and he is smothered. And so Kalaheo comes up big on the defensive end. The tackle is made by Alika Brooks and Lahaina Kane. Big defensive play. And there you see running off the field Brooks.
Kane and Brooks weren't fooled. Neither were our cameraman. You see there, he makes the naked bootleg, which means he has nobody protecting him. And Brooks was right there, along with Kane. Stay tuned after the game as we present a trophy to the Finance Factors family player of the game. Who do you think it'll be?
Haven't given it to a tight end all year, have we? Kalaheo, after receiving the football, looking for some running room and scrambling out to the 27-yard line. On the return is that man right there.
Golfi again in on the tackle with Tafiti, the big Tafiti.
And that man was Mike Shara, the ball carrier. So the Mustangs will put it in play. 2:50 remaining in the first half, and the score 26-0. Some interesting numbers. 8 points in the first quarter, 18 points in the second quarter for Waianae. Again out of the shotgun, Matt Bright looking, rolling, and going down. The pursuit from the backside, big time, Joseph Tafiti spinning and slamming Matt Bright to the ground, and he's probably saying to himself, my, oh my, am I glad we don't play in the red division every week.
Watch how fast Tafiti is. He just runs down Bright like he was standing still from the backside. Watch this. This is a kind of a, ooh. Kalaheo now minus 31 yards rushing against this Waianae.
Again looking to pass, screen pass to the left side, and it's not going to get very far. There initially to help put out the fire is Alika Manners, and he gets a little help from Amanga, among others.
Tell you, Maga and Manners. What a combination. M&M disaster, boy. I tell you, they go from sideline to sideline. There he is, number 88. He's going to play Division I football for somebody.
I think so. He's big, strong, quick, tough. Pretty much has all the tools, doesn't he? Looking to put it up. The pass is in and out of the hands of Keolo Benson. Matt Bright again just floated it up to the near sideline, and Benson unable to haul it in, and so that'll bring up 4th down and about 15 to go. And it almost looks like they're going to go for it. No, Matt Bright is the punter, and he's staying in there. I assume they'll kick it away.
Take a look at the quarterback's reaction after this ball is thrown. This is very catchable ball. It just popped out of his hands.
And so on 4th and 15, Matt Bright will kick it away, a low spiraling kick. Gets a good Kalaheo bounce, and then it is fielded by the player, and then a marker goes down. Actually, it was not a penalty marker, it was just a marker. Pursuing and making the fine defensive play is Kalaheo. I don't think a fair catch was signaled for, and thus no penalty. You can see it right here. There's no fair catch signal.
This is Lachenko receiving this ball. He puts his knee down.
And of course, when you put a knee down in high school football, you're automatically down, but
the whistle hadn't blown.
No, it hadn't. Hey, we got a new quarterback in there for Waianae. He instantly goes up into the air, and it is nearly picked off. Nearly picked off by Sean Flores, but the new quarterback in the game was Lance DeLima. I guess giving Jay Amina a rest, so from Amina
to play defense.
Yeah.
Is Lance DeLima. He's only a junior, 175 pounds, 5'11". Follows a long line of great quarterbacks from Waianae.
Well, you know, you look at that Waianae roster, numbers 10, 14, and 22. You have Amina, DeLima, and Kalima. Doesn't mean much, but it just caught my eye. This time he puts it up to Tafiti on a screen to the left side. This has potential. Winding his way past midfield. And finally dropped at about the 47-yard line of Kalaheo. Marcus Kamelamela making the tackle.
At halftime tonight, school spirit and personal pride highlights the Waianae Sea Riders and the Kalaheo Mustangs. Takes about 4 or 5 Kalaheo Mustangs to tackle every Sea Rider. You notice, especially Tafiti. You can see the coach down there talking to the offensive team. Just telling them, settle down, settle down.
And a timeout on the field. 40 seconds remaining in the first down. The Sea Riders heading back out. The rain has stopped, but the Sea Riders continue to pour it on.
You know, sometimes you say some real profound things, you know.
I'm still reeling from ubiquitous and fortuitous. 26-0 is our score. I sure would like to see Kalaheo get on the scoreboard before this one's over. They've shown an ability to move the ball. It's just so difficult for them to stop the larger Waianae team. Here goes Tafiti for a first down and a big chunk more. Forced out of bounds finally, or pursued out of bounds at about the 31-yard line.
Joe Kahavai again makes the same kind of tackle he got the 15-yard penalty for the last time. Grabs Tafiti on about the right hash mark. You see him chasing him from behind here. Come here, Tafiti, come here, come here, come here. And then Tafiti just drags him out of bounds and then goes down. And he's saying, no, 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 I didn't, you know, I was just going along for the ride.
I let him go.
Tafiti, 103 yards now, 10 carries.
Boy, he's having a ball game. A little miscommunication. I think the quarterback, Lance DeLima, and his receiver, Daniel Peterson, on the wrong page. The quarterback thought he was going to go outside, and Peterson broke to the inside, added up, he got an incomplete.
This is Waianae at its best. They know they have this game pretty much wrapped up in the first half and already starting to substitute liberally to get some of the younger players some experience going into the rest of the semifinals and hopefully the finals.
32 seconds remaining in this first half of play. And the whistle sound game. Again, Lance DeLima in at quarterback, giving Jay Amina a rest. And it will be a delay of game, I believe. Nope, false start.
On the offense, speed of second down.
Tim Ho'omalu, your referee for this game.
What a beautiful night for football. Should come and see one of these games one of these days. Come out and watch your alma mater play. See that scoreboard over there. Got better resolution on that stadium scoreboard than I have on my television set at home.
Well, he's in trouble now. Lance DeLima goes down as Matt Panozzo comes in and gets the sack.
Watch, Panozzo comes right up the center. Good little swim move there, they call it. Comes right here, starts putting the heat, bearing down, keeps his feet under him. Drags down DeLima from behind, gets a little help from his friends. Alika Kane in there also.
And that is it. Waianae trying to reel one off before the clock strikes 0, but they can't get the snap off. Well, a little bit of excitement for Kalaheo, but after the first half of play, it is 26-0 Waianae. We'll be back. And welcome back, everybody, to a somewhat soggy Aloha Stadium. For the moment, well, it's not raining, but it was raining. In fact, it was pouring about 30 seconds ago. The rain is coming and going. The only consistent thing tonight has been the fact that the Waianae Sea Riders have dominated this game pretty much from the outset, Coach.
Well, it's a classic example of physical superiority canceling out all theory. I've been in situations like that myself when we played Nebraska and whatnot. But if you take a look at Waianae, there's no question that they were coached. And this guy, Tafiti, I tell you what, 10 rushes for 103 yards only in the first half of football. Just a big, strong runner. Not big in size, but big in heart. And, of course, they have another fella here, Ning Hua Ho, behind a tremendous offensive line blocking. He has 8 carries for 33 rushes and 2 touchdowns. And then what happens when you stack the offensive line to try to stop it, you end up opening the tight end. Lave here, wide open. He caught 2 of these, one for a touchdown. He's 185-pound junior. You don't see Waianae throw very often, and the only reason they're throwing to the is all of the defenders up trying to stop the run.
Now, I mentioned earlier, it's got to be frustrating for Kalaheo because in some respects they've played well. They've shown an ability to move the ball against a very difficult to penetrate defense on the part of Waianae, but yet every time they get something going, it seems like it collapses. There's been 3 turnovers, and that's been key also so far tonight.
Well, you take a look at the stats. They're averaging 344 yards a game, the #1 offense in the as their stats go. But if you look at the statistics here, they have a real hard time moving the ball on the ground. They have -31 Waianae, while Waianae has 119 yards. They have the 3 turnovers, which is probably the most telling battle. Penalties are even, time of possession is even, but the -31 yards rushing and the 3 turnovers for Kalaheo is what's been their downfall thus far. And that again is, you can attribute the larger majority of that to physical superiority of the Waianae team.
Yeah, you can't argue with that, certainly. Tiny Tadani has been down on the field, and oh my, look at this. He has even managed to shed the umbrella.
Yeah, I am going to risk my hair getting wet tonight. You guys always making fun of my hair. But the wet look, I talked to both coaches on the way out, and Kozier said, as always, big mistakes. That's what happens with their defense. Otherwise, they're pretty consistent. He said he's pretty happy, no changes, but he's going to see how they react because they've never been down yet this year. First time Kalaheo's been down like this, and he's going to just be kind of weird to have that feeling in the halftime locker room, and let's see how they react for real. On Waianae's side, run, 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 and we'll see how that happens for Waianae's side too.
All right, thank you, Tiny. We talked about throughout the course of this ball game the fact that Kalaheo has the OIA's #1 offense. They've accumulated more than well over 300 yards per game, but yet tonight things are going a little bit more on the downside for them.
The OIA did a good thing by putting the different leagues. We had encouraged them to do that, everybody in the athletic community. So it's a good idea because some districts have more players because the schools are bigger, etc., etc. But Kalaheo very successful in their division, taking a step up to play the big boys, Waianae.
And of course, next year they'll move up to the middle division, to the white division. The top 2 teams in each division move up, and the top 2 teams in the red division move down respectively throughout the line. And there's our top 10 coach, Waianae, and their Kalaheo is not.
You can see that that Waianae, you are watching tonight here on Cable 31, Channel 31, the #1 team according to the advertiser and TV top 10.
And as the Mustangs return to the field, so does the rain. You think they get the feeling as though it's raining on their big parade here? They haven't played in the stadium in years, and this is what they get.
Well, it's a blessing in one way. You know, anybody that lives on the windward side, on that side of the coal house, this is a blessing. You know, leeward, I imagine Waianae, with the exception of the hurricane seasons when they get an Eva or something like that, don't see much rain on that side of the island. But with their offense, they have a less of possibility of making mistakes. How many passes has the Kalaheo receivers dropped?
Yeah, that's true. Matt Bright has not completed a huge number of passes, but yeah, we've seen it on more than one occasion. In fact, at one point, Julius Nofo had 2 balls go right through his hands, and that's when he opted to remove his glove. We should also point out that Waianae won the toss, but they elected to defer as a result, much to the dismay, no doubt, of the Mustangs. The Sea Riders will have the first opportunity to put the ball in play as we get ready to put the second half in play. And as you can see, the rain continues to come down. Matt Bright, the quarterback slash punter slash kicker out there, as Harry Mitsui, the brain trust of Waianae, watches on.
Looks a little like a Beto tribesman there hiding under his little tent.
And this play is ruled dead before it even has an opportunity to start.
Let's give them a break here. My goodness. Did you see anybody offside?
No, I didn't.
I guess it's one of those lining up in the neutral zone type thing.
Yeah. So a little squib kick. This is fielded at the 37-yard line by Tafiti. Wrong person if you're Kalaheo. And Tafiti squirms his way out to about the 47-yard line. A gain of 11 on the play, and so just like that, Waianae is going to have an opportunity to start off with excellent field position.
Good field position by Waianae right off the bat.
1st and 10. Ball at the 48-yard line of Waianae. Jay Amina back in at quarterback. He gives it to the first man through. And that is Ming Hua O for a gain of maybe a couple.
Good defensive play by Kalaheo. No gain on that one. Take a look at this one. Joe Kahevai, the whole gang coming on the line here. Just a straight triple option play. but they took care of the guy, man. You got to give Kalaheo credit. They really gang tackle very well.
Well, it'll be interesting to see how they come out. As Tiny mentioned, they have never been down all season long. They had a record at the end of the regular season, a record of 5-1. Ball handed off. Running with the ball is Lawrence Lenchenko, and he fights his way forward past midfield to about the 48-yard line, gain of about 6 yards on the play.
And stronger next year.
Third down and a long 4, closer to 5, I believe. To his right, under pressure, gets it off, and it is deflected away. A nice defensive play on the far side by Sheldon Keave'ehu. The intended receiver was Tali Alavi, but Keave'ehu with a fine job defensively.
Amina holds on to it as long as he can. It's really a good defensive play here. Lave was in position to catch that ball. Great defensive stance for Kalaheo.
And so they will take over the ball as Waianae is forced to kick it away. A high, wobbly kick. Takes one bounce that is fielded by Kalaheo on the 12-yard line. And then taking it out of bounds on the far side is Sean Flores. And so let's see if the Mustangs could get things together after a halftime pep talk. They trail it by a score of 26-0, but they come out with a somewhat inspired defensive change. And now they have an opportunity to put the ball in play. There was a penalty marker on the far sideline, and we're waiting to see what the call might be. It appears as though it'll be marched off against Waianae.
Personal foul on the defense. First down.
Dead ball foul, tackled out of bounds again. Tight control of this game.
And so now Kalaheo with an opportunity to get things going from pretty good field position themselves. First play, pass play, incomplete. And again, the pass was close to being right on the money, but Tanel Powell unable to hold on as Milton Bradley was right there.
Milton Bradley, good job of hitting him just as he receives the ball here. But this is catchable. Ball is tough to hang on now because it's a little slippery, but we have another flag up in the air.
Well, once again, let's go downstairs to Tim Ho'omalu pick up the call.
Holding. 21 on defense. First down.
You see the numbers for Matt Bright there. 11 completions out of 23 attempts for 76 yards and 1 interception. That's not bad.
And this time he's going to go down. He was put under some immediate pressure, and ultimately it was Dennis Smith who managed to bring him down to the artificial turf. Also, Fa'amago is one that started it there, and Smith finished it.
5'11", 245-pound senior. Really a steady defensive lineman. Played a bang-up game against Kahuku.
Kalaheo moving the ball forward, but doing it on Waianae penalties. And now let's see if they can't get a little something going themselves. 2nd and 12. Ball at the 44-yard line, and the Mustangs trailing by a score of 26-0. Waianae with 8 points in the first quarter, 18 points in the second stanza.
No quitting Kalaheo. They're fighting back, no question.
Once again, they'll go out of a shotgun snap on 2nd and long. Matt Bright, the talented passer, puts it up, looking deep, has a receiver, and again it is dropped. In and out of the hands of Kamaliu. Had he caught that ball, he could have gone all the way.
He was wide open, absolutely wide open. You can see Bright is going to talk to him now. You see Leo going out there. You can see he just runs an out and up pattern, wide open, has his thumbs the wrong way. That's a thumbs outside catch.
And there you see
Matt Bright going, oh no, give me a break.
So again, Bright will roll the same play, and he's throwing to the same man, and the results are the same. An incomplete pass. This time Chris Pagofi, they're playing good defense, and that'll bring up 4th and long once again.
The 3rd down conversion, we're told by Jack Kay, our statistician, able statistician, I should say. Only 1 for 8 right now, and that's not good enough. They're going to have to punt it away.
So Bright goes from passing to kicking. Kicks a low spiral, gets a Kalaheo bounce, still bouncing inside the 15-yard line, and it'll be down by Tanel Powell at about the 14. So we take timeout, 9:01 remaining in the third quarter. The score remains 26-0 Waianae. And welcome back to Aloha Stadium. I'm Howard Deshevsky along with the coach, Larry Price. 26-0 is our score. Waianae on top. Amina pitching the ball outside. Look out. Waianae, big play this time. You're getting your first down and a whole bunch more. Lawrence Lenchenko, big play before Sean Flores brings him down. A gain of
22 yards. Take a look at this. Blocking down along the line, kick out one man, pitch the ball on a triple option. He gets to the outside. Lenchenko just going, and now for the slide. Take another look here. Standard triple option, fake to the fullback. Quarterback comes down, takes a block himself. Pitches out to Lenchenko. Good speed.
Back to live action. Tafiti, and he is brought down immediately. Chad Amasiu along with James Holland in there to make the fine defensive play.
One of the few times that Kalaheo is actually stunted here. Amasiu coming from his linebacker spot, sees the play. You see him right there, just all eyes. You don't see Tafiti get tackled in the backfield very often. That's one of the few ways to do it. He likes it. That feels good.
Absolutely. Loss of 3 on the play to bring up 2nd and 13. Amina keeping it. And being tackled just over the 40-yard line. A gain of about 10 yards on the play. Joe Kahavai once again in on the tackle.
He has played really a bang-up game at middle linebacker, I tell you. This is what Waianae is going to have to do in order to play for the state championship, or to do well against some of the teams in the semifinals. If they get by this game, of course, the quarterback has got to be able to run with the football. That's why Amino was put in there at quarterback.
3rd and 4 now for the Sea Riders of Waianae. Amina, quick pass, quick out pattern. It is caught, a 1st down and more. As Waianae gets the ball into Kalaheo territory, Daniel Peterson.
Joe Kahavai again makes a tackle. Look at him, muscle all the way from the middle linebacker spot here to make the tackle all the way at the sideline. Peterson takes a step to the inside, 6 foot, 160-pound junior. Here's them down from behind, and another penalty against Waianae. This doesn't bode well for the Sea Riders. Of course, I will tell you that this is the most difficult situation to play for a team like Waianae when you get ahead 26-0.
Clipping, doing a run on the offense. See the 3rd down.
Calling for the play there. You see Jay Amina calling for the play with his mouthpiece. He's not asking for something to eat there. He needs the play. Here comes the play. He has it.
Mouthpiece in for 3rd, and about 4.5 yards to go for the 1st down. Amina, another quick pass. This time it is incomplete. The intended receiver, Anglo Newman.
Well, Kalaheo has stopped them again. And if the old cliche in football about how you play the first 5 minutes of the 3rd quarter is any indication, this man is going to have a happier second half than the first half.
Well, the problem in the first half was containing Waianae. They showed an ability to move the ball. Now they're containing Waianae. They have to move the ball. Good kick this time. Chris Pagofi with a big kick and a good bounce, and it is down at the 6-yard line. And it probably would have bounced another couple of yards. 52 yards on the kick. Wow.
Chris Pagofi put his foot in that one.
He did indeed. Let's go downstairs. Tiny Tadani without umbrella standing by. Oh, with a very special guest, Coach.
And someone a little shorter than me. I like this. Coach, you might recognize this person. Tell everybody who your dad is.
Michael W. Perry.
This is Carlin Perry. Say hi to your mom and dad. They watching tonight?
Yes, they are.
How does it feel having a dad, a popular guy like that, a celebrity?
Just like any normal dad. Yeah.
And how about Larry Price? Do you know him? Do you call him Uncle?
Yes, I do. I call him Uncle Larry.
Not Uncle Katouche?
No.
What do you want to be when you grow up?
I have no idea.
All right, well, maybe a celebrity like your dad, radio?
Maybe.
All right, let's practice now because I always wanted to do this. Okay, ready?
Okay, this is Perry on the left.
And Tiny on the right. Back to you guys.
First person he's ever interviewed that was smaller than him. Kalaheo.
All right.
Oh, there now. Kalaheo got their little passing game going now. Tanel Powell picks that one up. Paul Goffey makes the tackle. No quit in Kalaheo, boy. They're determined to make a good showing here.
Coming out quick, without a huddle, out of the shotgun. Matt Bright looking, passing, has the receiver complete. Complete for only about a yard, though, to Kalaheo.
Alika Mana's right out there.
Uncle Larry.
Yeah, they adopted me. That's my gang.
Do you know that I have 3 Uncle Larrys?
Is there?
Absolutely. I have from one end of the country to the other. One on the West Coast, one in Texas, one on the East Coast. There's the penalty marker, and that's going to be pass interference on the defense. Milton Bradley all over the intended receiver, Jason Faber. And that one is going to go in favor of Kalaheo. And so through penalties and good passing, they're marching.
You see this ball. This is actually a dying quail. He probably couldn't have caught that if nobody touched him, but Milton Bradley got a little too eager. And that's one of the advantages of this offense. You have a lot of interference calls if they try to get a little bit too zealous on coverage of the receivers.
Defensive pass interference. First down.
Did they ever have colored mouthpieces when you were a coach?
No. If you wore a mouthpiece when I was playing, you were considered a little wussy.
I know. I didn't say when you were playing. I said when you were a coach. I wasn't even asking about your playing days.
No.
But even as a coach, they didn't have. They were clear, right? Clear plastic.
Dead ball fall. False start.
Nobody wore them.
them.
The coaches wore mouthpieces. Here you see the penalty situation. Waianae has 5 for 60 yards. Kalaheo 3 for 25 yards.
Matt Bright out of the shotgun has a receiver complete. Looking for the first down. Getting a first down to the 41-yard line of Waianae. And so all of a sudden, things are starting to happen. This time it is Mike Schar with the completion of the first down. 17 very quick yards.
This is what this offense is supposed to be designed for. Throw short, run long, like you see Schara do here. And he just lowers his head and just kind of surprises the Waianae defender. Goes for the extra first downs.
3 receivers left, 1 receiver right. Out of the shotgun, dumps it off to his fullback. And another quick gain of about 8 yards. Once again, it is Schar on the completion.
Once again, Tafiti making the tackle along with Dennis Smith, 2 defensive linemen. There's little Carlin Perry. Ali, she's a treasurer of the school too. Do you believe that?
Oh, I believe that. This time, Matt Bright leads his receiver just a little bit too much. And the pass is incomplete to Kalaheo.
Yeah, they do have matching mouthpieces, don't they?
Yeah. Nice blue to go with the blue in their uniforms.
Look at Kalaheo hasn't given up the ship there.
Absolutely not. Penalty flag, hold the phone.
Kalaheo on the move here. They coming on. They have the momentum right now. They're just kind of beating Waianae to the gun. They're just sitting there and reacting. Let's see what this call is.
Dead ball fall. Coastal on the blue.
This is mental now. You see, this is the kind of stuff that drives a coach. Harry Mitsui must just be beside himself. You hate to see this because it gets the other team excited. It gives them a cause to think that they have a chance. You can see him, you know, 26 points doesn't look too bad all of a sudden.
3rd and 3, ball at the 30-yard line. Another quick pass, quick slant. Getting a first down, and his knee touches the ground before he has an opportunity to do any more running.
Jay Amina made the tackle there of Jason Faber, who was a 5'8", 140-pound wide receiver. He's a senior. There it is. Throw it right in.
Boy, had he managed to keep that knee off of the turf, he might have been able to go all the way.
What camera work?
Instead, a 9-yard gain, 2nd and 1, throwing into the end zone, lofting it up. It is complete. Out of bounds at about the 2-yard line. First down, Jason Faber once again.
Matt Kalima defending. This is not what you want This is not what Waianae wants. They don't want Kalaheo to come down here and just march right down the field throwing passes. This is the first time he's had a throwback pass here, too, if you're keeping track. See Faber brought down. He was well covered, but the defender turned the wrong way, and Waianae is going to talk it over. Let's check out what they're saying over here.
That time the pass was actually underthrown, and it proved to work toward the benefit of Kalaheo.
That underthrown pass is probably the most difficult one to cover when you play in a zone coverage, because in zone coverage, what you're telling the defensive backs is stay wide is the widest, deep is the deepest. And if he's trying to go deeper than he's going and the ball is underthrown, you're going the wrong direction. But if you play man coverage now and it's underthrown, zip, you're right there.
Now look at Waianae. They got blue mouthpieces, they got red mouthpieces. They got a little bit of everything going here, don't they?
Yeah, well, this is individuality run amok here. Take a good look at, talk about individuality. This is a great haircut here. This haircut is here to stay.
David Kozier Jr.
Intense young guy, isn't he?
Oh, yes, he is. And obviously a fine young coach. His Mustangs with a 5-1 record into the regular season, earned a trip into the playoffs and trying to make a statement right now against Waianae. And the Sea Riders, perhaps a little bit anxious, apparently have jumped the gun again.
Dead ball foul. Encroachment on the defense. Defeat a first down.
Waianae, you see the defensive line here, number 71, Dennis Smith, I imagine, is the one that jumps offside right there over the center, trying to penetrate there. But if you're going to go offside, that's how to do it, Dennis.
Yep, first and goal on the one. Matt Bright trying to scramble into the end zone himself. Almost looked like he wanted to hand the ball off and then took it back. This is going to be interesting because we've seen so little of Kalaheo's running game. It's going to be interesting to see what they are going to do here on first and goal, now second and goal from the one.
Of course, Momoa, Smith, Cuito, and Tafiti, the tackle three Kalaheo players there to find Bright that time with that handoff exchange there.
The Waianae defense pitching a shutout so far, but that in jeopardy. Bright rolling right, puts it up, has a receiver in and out of the hands of Keola Benson. It'll bring up third and goal. And again, the question is, do they have that fullback that could punch it in on the ground? They do have Mike Sharer in there.
Under heavy pressure, you can see Bright looking, lets it go. Looks how he's just still looking, hoping. He's just hoping.
Beyond hope.
Almost had it. Boy, if Waianae stops him here, what a demoralizing factor it'll be for Kalaheo.
This time on the ground, it is Shar, and I believe he is in. Where's the signal? There it is. Touchdown, Kalaheo. Bright is on the ground. But I mentioned, do they have the man? Shar is their only running game, and he gets it in there for the score.
Waianae defense thought that Bright had the football. Watch him get clobbered here. You see, Momoa thought he had the football, and Shar just slipped right by into the end zone. Good call.
And so the shutout is gone at 3:38 into the third quarter. The score now 26-6 as Bright banged up, but not much worse for the wear.
That's mighty respectable of Kalaheo. They came out, went into the locker room at halftime, and decided they were going to throw short, run long, and came out and threw short and run long and went right down the field.
A couple of good defensive stands in there as well.
Aided by a couple penalties.
And so the kick after touchdown is up, and it is no good. I tell you, that's been the most
glaring weakness.
Yeah.
I think Jason Elam should come back during the summer and conduct a field goal kicking camp.
He would have a lot of students, no doubt. 3:38 remaining. There's your scoreboard, 26-6. Back live at Aloha Stadium, and the Kalaheo Mustangs kicking off for the second time this half as they get some points on the board. Matt Bright, the kicker. And it bounces out of bounds before Angelo Newman has an opportunity to run it back.
Boy, I tell you, that Kalaheo cheering section is going nuts now. The rain has stopped. The moon is full.
And Halloween is just around the corner.
It's a beautiful night for football. It really is. Yeah, right. Ooh, that lady has strange looking hair. That is green hair, isn't it?
It is green hair indeed. Don't adjust your television sets. Well, as long as we have an opportunity right now, every time we see a replay tonight, I'm reminded by the fact that one of the gentlemen running tape tonight, one of the crew members here at Northwest Mobile Television, the folks that help produce the games here in conjunction of Oceanic Cable, one of those gentlemen tonight is Asher Okada, and we want to wish him a happy birthday. The big Asher man turns 39 years old. They're actually turned 39 years old tonight, so happy birthday to Asher, and every time we get those replays up and at him, you know he's working hard on his birthday. So the re-kick.
Asher, this kickoff was for you.
That's right. Now, let's see if Asher can get us a replay. Quick. I guess not. He's celebrating. He must be eating his cake. I saw it. Did you see the cake down there earlier?
Yeah, whoa, what a huge cake for a guy that's only 39.
Yeah. .320 remaining in this third quarter of play.
Anglo Newman was the person returning that kickoff for 2 yards. Waianae in a hole.
Tafiti looking for running room and gaining about 3 to 4 yards over the right side before he is brought down by Sean Flores. Also, who else but Joe Kahavai in there on the tackle.
Do you see can you feel the difference? Can you feel that Kalaheo is a little more optimistic now that they have a little bit more confidence in themselves after that touchdown? That's what the offense really does, boy. I tell you, it really perks you up. You can make a touchdown against a tough defensive team.
And let's see if the defense is now equally inspired. On second down, Amina pitches it back, looking for running room, getting a first down and more before he is finally brought down as Lawrence Lenchenko.
Lenchenko, only 160-pound junior. See him there, 5'8", 160 pounds. He's a good mover. That was a 15-yard reception. This is a real good option play by Amina. Fake to the fullback, come down, take the tackle, pitch it out there to Lenchenko, and just let him run.
Marcus Kamelamela, the first one there to butt helmets with him. 2:10 now remaining in the third quarter. Again, 3 backs behind Amina. Gives it to Tafiti. Tafiti past midfield into Kalaheo territory. Just barely. In fact, it looks like they're going to spot it right at midfield. It'll be a gain of about 4 yards.
See, a real fine offensive line. Boy, I tell you, Waianae has a lot to be proud of. They've had a lot of great offensive lines in the past, but this one with Pu'o, Lorita, Lalawai, Iosefa, and Cordero, for big people, all around 245 pounds plus. They really move well together, play well together, keep the line splits. Very seldom you see them jumping offside.
And a dead ball foul down on the field. Penalty of some sort. They're going to have to come back and try it again.
Dead ball fall. Illegal procedure on the offense.
What the illegal procedure means is that the offensive team was not set and completely motionless for 1 second before the ball is snapped. That's what that call is supposed to mean. You see Waianae here with 7 penalties, 67 yards. Kalaheo only 3 penalties for 25 yards, but they have 3 turnovers, and that kind of compensates.
So Waianae now on 2nd and 12. Just over a minute remaining in the third quarter. Amina again handing the ball off.
Running right over Travis Pu'o, 6'3", 310-pound junior. And Lorita, 5'11", 260 senior. Just take a look at this. Just right, nothing fancy there.
The ball carriers, Panisi Manitiolu.
See Mike Cordero there, good size, 6 feet, 245. He's a tackle on the other side, the left tackle. Or in some football formations, the weak tackle they refer to him.
Gain of 6. It'll be 3rd and 6 to go after the penalty. Pass is complete and very close to another Waianae first down is Daniel Peterson.
What's scary about this is that Waianae can throw the ball if they're forced to with Jay Amina in there. He can run and pass. You see, he throws that ball out there, got good whip on it. Daniel Peterson gets it. Fine defensive effort by Kalaheo. Keeps him from making more yards, but he does get the first down. It's amazing how the defensive effort of Waianae has really picked up with Amina in there at quarterback. Really classic example of getting the right players in the right spots.
And it helps certainly to have 3, 4, even 5 talented running backs behind him on a running offense. Another running play this time. It is Minghua O, the ball carrier. And he is wrapped up at the 40-yard line after a gain of about 2 to 3 yards. You can see the clock winding down. We are coming to the close of the third quarter of play. And that probably the final play of the third quarter. Waianae apparently in not much of a hurry to reel off another play, and so the clock will strike 000, and we will switch directions and put a final 12 minutes up on the game clock. So we take timeout as the players on the field do the same. Score here, 26-6. Welcome back to Aloha Stadium. The final 12 minutes put up onto the scoreboard, and Waianae with 2nd and 5 from the 38-yard line of Kalaheo. Jay Amina running with the football, looking to pitch. He does. It is fumbled and out of bounds.
Boy, up to the point where he threw the ball, that was a perfectly executed option. Here's a dive play right here. Right here, Amina should have turned it up and just kept it because he already had 5 yards. But he decided to pitch it out to Tafiti, who couldn't handle it. But it went out of bounds, and it's 3rd and really short. You see rushing there, Waianae 182, Kalaheo minus 31, but that's Tiny's fault.
And on 3rd and short, no surprise up the middle. This time it is Tiolu running with the football, and a first down for Waianae. Well, you just mentioned some of those rushing stats. Let's look at the overall third quarter stats, shall we?
First down's not that big a difference. The rushing yards is a big difference. And that usually means time of possession, but not in this case because that's not dramatically different. The passing yards, Kalaheo has the edge. Waianae way ahead in turnover. The big stat here is the turnovers. 3 for Kalaheo, and that's been their demise thus far.
And it happened very early on their very first possession of the game. Amina running with the ball, looking for another first down. Shy of the first down marker, but inside the 20-yard line before Julius Nofo teams up with Matt Panozo for the tackle.
I can make you a prediction right now. If Waianae is going to go to the Prep Bowl and get by Kahuku and some of the other people that are going to be playing later on, they got to be able to run this particular play right here. Without this play, Waianae is very defensible, very predictable.
But throw in that option of the quarterback keeping it and gaining positive yardage.
When the quarterback runs that play, that changes the entire defensive strategy.
Second down, 1 yard to go for the first. Ball just inside the 20, and you can see Kalaheo stacked up right on top of Amina, and he manages to get out of the hole and get some positive yardage for the first down. Almost looked like they had him behind the line of scrimmage, and he squirmed out of it.
I can't imagine how he did that. Take a look at this. It looks like somebody is on his legs, got him by the legs, keeps his feet moving, and picks up a couple of yards. Good. Kalaheo makes the tackle again.
.15 remaining in the game, and Waianae threatening to add to its advantage. The Sea Riders already lead it by 20. 26-6 is our score. This time the ball carrier once again is Lawrence Lenchenko, down fighting to get close to the 10-yard line.
Joe Kalaheo makes the tackle again. Kalaheo has just done an absolute amazing job for Kalaheo at 5'8", 210-pound junior. Here's an awesome middle linebacker. You see the size of big number 77. Ladies and gentlemen, that's 6'3", 310 pounds of Travis Pu'o. He's going to be a big-time offensive tackle somewhere.
3rd and 7 out from the 12. Amina keeping, now pitching. Tafiti inside the 5, out at the 4-yard line. Boy, Amina, he sure likes to milk that pitch, doesn't he?
Joe Kalaheo makes the tackle again. Take a look at it here. You see Amina comes down, fakes the dive. He's looking for his linebacker here. Right at the last minute, he decides to pitch it out to Tafiti. It's hit out of bounds again for good measure.
And call it 1st and goal now from the 4-yard line. Tough to stop in this position, no doubt. Tafiti fighting, butting heads, into the end zone. Touchdown, Waianae. He has been their ground attack tonight.
Kamela, number 23, and Matthew Tafiti, number 23, line, and kind of signed a truce right there. You see him right there? Well, it's not. That's number 22. I'm sorry. Sean Flores. They kind of decide, okay, you got a touchdown. I'm not going to try to throw you down on the ground. Tafiti's tough to bring down by yourself.
Now let's see if they can put one through the uprights. Hey, the kick is up. The kick is good. And so with 9:16 remaining in this final quarter of play, we take a look at the scoreboard, and we now see Waianae 33, Kalaheo 6, but don't count out the Mustangs. They got a lot of heart. And another opportunity after this timeout.
Taviti's been doing a lot of damage. Big number 23, 2 touchdowns, 15 carries for 116 yards, 7.7 yards a carry, 2 passes for 9 yards. Total offense by Matthew Tafiti by himself, 125 yards.
What a night. But like I said, the Mustangs have a lot of heart. I wouldn't count them out. I think that they can come back and score again. I don't think that they're going to come back and win the ball game by any means, but I think that they're going to come back and still show us what they're made of. 13 yards on the return right there. Fake reverse.
That was a 13-yard return by Nofo. Here comes Matt Bright. 14 for 27, 99 yards, only 1 interception. Hasn't thrown a touchdown yet, but you never know. It only takes 1.
Out of the shotgun, the pass is in and out of the hands of Kalaheo, and I think he heard some footsteps.
Yeah, Alika Manners is everywhere. Against a running team, Manners and Maga would be in on every play, but in this type of an offense, they have to chase somebody to hit. You can see the 160-pound senior. For 160 pounds, pound for pound, probably the best linebacker in the league.
Yeah, he didn't get all those stickers on his helmet for nothing. Here they throw against the grain for the first time tonight. You mentioned earlier that every time he's rolled and passed to the way of the motion, that time against the grain, the receiver was open.
With the exception of the one time he threw back to Farber where they set up the touchdown. And this is what he's got to do. You see, he's coming already with the motion man this way in the slot, then stops, plants, throws to the backside, and the ball just kind of dies in the air. Intended for Tenel Powell. There's another throwback. This one is intercepted.
Dallas Poly. And they don't even bring him to the ground. They just say, hey, we got you corralled, and that's that. Well, he floated it up, and once again, Matt Bright pays the price.
There you go. Amaga, Dennis Poly, and Alika Manners. Look at this. He's all over this pass. Not even a question. He's only 5'9", 185 pounds, but went up into there and brought it down. Kalaheo, again, an untimely turnover.
Well, it started on the very first possession, if you missed it. On the very first drive, Kalaheo out of the shotgun, a bad snap over the head of Matt Bright. It resulted in a 30-yard loss, and then they fumbled on the next play, and it has been downhill ever since.
Kalaheo does an excellent job of gang tackling. That's Angelo Newman carrying the ball. Sean Flores leading the brigade there along with Joe Kahevai and Kamaleo.
Two very, very different teams. Kalaheo passing the ball virtually every time they have an opportunity, and Waianae, well, especially now with the big advantage, 33-6, they will surely run it on almost every, if not every play. This time it is Michael Nakamoto. First time we have seen Nakamoto tonight, but a big defensive play by Sheldon Keave'ehu.
Real good job here, staying parallel to the line of scrimmage. Fighting off the blockers. You see Alika Kane there is the one that actually strung that play out, forced it deep and wide. Take another look at it. Real good camera work here. Bounces the play to the outside. And of course, then this is all muscle here.
And so some of the other running backs having an opportunity. Again, that was Nakamoto, and we're going to see some new names and faces. Running with the ball, this is Nakamoto again, trying to turn the corner, and running into fellow number 22, Sean Flores.
Real good example there. They get all the way over here to the left hash mark. They had 8 Kalaheo defenders on the tackle, standing right around the ball. Watch this play here. Just bounces to the outside because there's no way to run to the inside. Kavehu is there. You see him bounce to the outside here now. Count how many Kalaheo jerseys are on this ball carrier when he goes down. Look at this. The 8 Kalaheo players are on that ball. That's really good defensive play.
6:15 remaining in the game. This time, the quarterback, who is Matthew Kamahele, puts one up in the air, and I guess Harry Mitsui giving some of his young players an opportunity to show their stuff. And on
at 6'1", 185 pounds, he is the quarterback of the future for Waianae. Once he learns how to run the ball a little bit better, he's the one that has the arm. He can throw the deep, long ball.
And they threw that one because it was 4th and long, and so it'll now be back in the hands of Kalaheo as they take over on downs. Matt Bright looking to pass, and it is in the out of the hands of Tennell Powell, little number 1.
He's calling for some stick up there. Take another look at it here. Bright firing this one in. Real good coverage by Waianae's defender right there.
Second and 10 after the incomplete pass. I think we have an illegal motion, 2 players moving at the same time, but it may not matter because the ball is picked off Lawrence Lenchenko. Again, a penalty marker on the field, but I believe it'll be against the offense. If so, certainly it'll be declined. We'll have to wait and see, but Lawrence Lenchenko with the interception.
Another untimely turnover from Kalaheo. See what the referees have been busy tonight. Anytime they call 13, 14, 15 penalties.
I thought I saw some movement on the part of the offense.
Procedure on the red key, review.
And so it will be Waianae football.
See if you can take a look at it. Yep, right there in the backfield. If you go in motion, it's okay. But if you make a move like you're starting toward the line of scrimmage, any other kind of move, won't do. Lenchenko picks it off. The ball just died in the air. The timing was all off. Let's take one more look at it. Lenchenko has done it just about everything.
Remaining in the game. There you see the turnovers, a very glaring statistic indeed.
Five turnovers for Kalaheo.
Dead ball fall, snap infraction on the offense.
A snap infraction. A snap infraction. I guess if you call the center a snapper and he does something like pick up the ball prior to snapping it, then it is a snap infraction.
Absolutely.
It's either that or a medical term for some kind of compound fracture.
5:20 remaining in this ball game. Waianae again with 3 running backs. The quarterback, this time it is Lance DeLima, and he goes down. And speaking of going down, we go downstairs to Tiny Tadani.
A lot of big names in the stands. We have MTV's own Beavis and Butthead.
We're Beavis and Butthead.
Shut up.
We're watching a football game.
I understand you folks have a positive message, though, tonight for the kids.
School spirit and personal pride. Yeah. Oh, go. Watching the dog. Watching the dog.
Get the ball.
Okay. Coach, I know you probably stay up at night and watch Beavis and Butthead.
Hey, false start.
They've been making big news lately. Got to give them that.
Hey, Beavis and Butthead. If you're a teacher, you dream about having people like Beavis and Butthead in your class.
Oh yeah, don't you?
Oh yeah. Oh, you want that old Beavis to be right there.
Oh boy. 4:30 remaining in the game. 2nd and 21. Matters not for Waianae. They have a comfortable lead. Running with the ball, being tripped up is Angelo Newman.
Yeah, he was tackled by the 25-yard line that time, brought down by Amasui. Island Magic Sportswear and Poha, Hawaii menswear clothing inspired by the spirit of Hawaii and its people. A perfect look that is always the right choice for today's active lifestyle. Available at better stores near you.
And they even look good after being rained on.
Hey, Tiny had one on.
That's right. Looking good. On 3rd and 21. The ball is pitched, barely held onto by Michael Nakamoto. Lance DeLima with the pitch. Nakamoto brought down by Jensen Kalua.
Makes a tackle. Take another look at here. No quitting Kalaheo. You got to admire him. Coming up from the white division, playing the #1 team in the state of Hawaii. And see him there hanging on. Again, look how many players got. 1 there, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 Kalaheo players all around. Plus, when they all weigh about 150 pounds, it's good to have for them one around.
Absolutely. And so Waianae forced to kick it away, and another outstanding kick. This time it is Julius Nofo on the return. Nofo to midfield. And a fine return of
30 yards.
nearly 38 yards on the kick and 17 yards, I believe, on the return.
Jerry Maga bringing the ball back. Nofo doing a good job running. Dropped a couple of passes tonight, but since it stopped raining, Kalaheo has been hanging on to the ball. Less than 3 minutes to play. They're going to put it up as usual.
From midfield. Bright. Complete. Kamaliu. A gain of about 3 yards on the play. Very short yardage.
This throw short, run long type of offense is okay, also known as a run and shoot. You got to be able to get the ball out there where you can run and make some extra yards. You see penalties. Waianae has 10 for 92 yards for a total of 117 yards. What is Kalaheo has a few, I guess, the total penalties in this game, 117.
Gate ball foul. 12 start. On the offense.
2:29 remaining in the game. And in motion once again out of the shotgun, Matt Bright. Little screen pass to the left side, in and out of the hands of Mike Scharer. And that's just been the case too many times tonight. Passes that should have been caught, dropped.
Drop pass is 14th, according to Jack Kay, our able statistician, when he's here. This hits him right in the hands, doesn't it? That's the old drill you do with the thumbs. Thumbs up, thumbs down, thumbs inside, thumbs outside.
This time, Bright looking across the middle. This time it is complete. Keola Benson, nice reception and a gain of about 10 yards, but it'll still bring up 4th and about 3 to go.
And Matt Bright got leveled that time.
Yes, he did.
Aaron Myers in there. You can see this pass is completed. But while that was going on, the quarterback, Matt Bright, was level. Let's see if that's what they call.
Nope, it's going to go against Kalaheo, I believe. Or no, it will go against Waianae. I'm sorry.
Watch this. Watch the call.
Roughing the passer on the defense. First down.
I thought maybe our cameraman didn't get it, but they never miss anything. Look at this.
Oh, yeah.
Ball was definitely gone.
That was way late.
5'11", 230 pounds making the hit, and here comes the rain again.
Boy, out of nowhere, the rain begins to pour. And Kalaheo on the ground this time, fighting it inside the 30-yard line, just about the 29. It'll be nice to see him get back on the scoreboard one more time. They drove down and put 6 points on the board earlier in the second half. 1:40 remaining in the game.
This kid's going to be a real good coach.
Yeah, he is. He's young, and he's very intense, as you pointed out earlier. Matt Bright looking to pass. Incomplete.
Ball hard to hang on to now.
Yes, it's pouring again, and Mike Scharer with the wet hands unable to hold on.
You know why I say that? Because he's young, he's enthusiastic, and he doesn't have an umbrella. You notice? His players are getting wet, he's getting wet too. He's right out there with them. He's part of the game. It's just like he couldn't have stopped playing too long ago. Another penalty. And that moves the chains. Look at him standing
Illegal
there.
substitution on the defense. 5 yards, first down.
trying to play with 12 players that time. This is a young man we're talking about from Kalaheo, Kozer. And I guess a family team. David Kozer Jr., he's the head coach, young guy.
Waianae kind of back in a prevent defense. They have two defenders back by the goal line. Obviously, they don't want to give up any more points. Tanel Powell unable to hang on to that pass that was thrown a little bit behind him.
Well, coming into this game, like we said, as you look at Harry Mitsui there, he's getting wet too. Sign of a good coach. They've only given up 42 points in 6 games. And they take a lot of pride at not giving up touchdowns very easily.
On 2nd and 10 from the 24. Again, the pass is rushed and thrown behind Tanel Powell. It'll bring up 3rd and 10.
Unusual weather, isn't it? It rains and it stops, it rains and then it stops.
You know, and if the rain and the clouds would only give way, there is just an absolutely gorgeous full moon somewhere up there.
Well, I'm glad you said that and not me.
Right, looking deep toward the end zone. It is caught. It is in there. Is it a touchdown?
What a catch. What a catch.
I thought it was a completion, but I didn't think it was a touchdown. I thought he was out at the 1, but one referee, and it'll be a touchdown, Jason Faber. Now you make the call. Is he in the end zone or not?
Take a look. Faber goes up with 2 receivers. There he is. He's coming down. Yes.
Oh, yes. It looks like he danced right around the flag, didn't it?
Yep, he's in the end zone, and he's being tackled in the process, so it's a moot point whether he had both feet in or not, or 1 foot or whatever. He goes into the end zone, and once you go past that little goal line, anything goes. And we have a flag down now.
Actually looked like he dragged his inside foot over the pylon anyway. What a catch. What a touchdown.
Well, Kalaheo is going to move up 1 division, well earned, and they're going to do very well, I predict, in the white division.
Dead ball foul. False start on the offense.
That's on the extra point. The touchdown is good.
Well, my apologies to the officiating crew. I didn't know if he was in there or not. Turned out to be an excellent call. Looking for the 2-point conversion. They won't get it. Nonetheless, they're on the scoreboard again. And with a minute 9 seconds remaining in this contest, the score is now Waianae 33 and Kalaheo 12.
Well, you were absolutely right, Dash, about the good call about them going to score again.
Just had a feeling, you know, you just got the feeling that that young coach over there was going to keep them motivated and inspired and fighting to the very end. And it's good to see.
They deserve to score. They've worked hard tonight.
Yes, they have.
They're talking it over now. The coach is telling them, come on now, we can do it again. Let's try a little onside kick. There's that Kalaheo school spirit, personal pride that we always talk about as the crowd at Aloha Stadium swells.
Another game to follow this one, of course, about 20 minutes or so after the completion of this game. We will be right back on the air. The Governors of Farrington versus the Waipahu Marauders. 2 games tonight, 2 games tomorrow.
There's a lot riding on this game. The game between Farrington and Waipahu is going to be something. That's going to be a real shootout.
I think that may be the best matchup in the OIA quarterfinals.
I think you're right. 2 well-coached teams.
Yeah, 2 very balanced teams.
Little onside kick attempt there.
Kalaheo.
Whip kick that comes down to about getting the ball. Running with it is Tafiti. Boy, I tell you, Tafiti has more multi-purpose yards tonight. Add on another 27, would you?
Well, I tell you what, if I was coaching down at Waianae, I'd want to see all the Tafitis I could.
And so under 35 seconds now remaining in this ball game, this could be the final play of the game. And not surprisingly, Waianae opting to keep the ball on the ground. David Velasco, the ball carrier, 5'6", 140-pound senior. And the clock now at 18 seconds, or pulls it.
Stay tuned to watch the second quarterfinal matchup of Farrington and Waipahu go head-to-head right after this game.
give the teams about 20 to 25 minutes to loosen up, stretch out. And we'll be right here. We're not going anywhere.
See Kozer out there talking to his teams. Done a great job with Kalaheo. Brought them right back.
As for the scoring tonight, if you missed this, it started early. Waianae taking advantage of a turn-on-yard run.
Then they made a two-point conversion. Then Tafiti cut loose. 24-yard run, made it 14-0. Then Waianae and Waianae was leading 20-0. And then that pass for 32 yards made it. Then Kalaheo broke the ice with 6 points, a 1-yard run to Shera. And then Tafiti came back with another 4-yard run that made it Kalaheo through that one pass for a touchdown to Faber.
And Anglo-Newman going one way, bouncing off traffic and going the other way before Joe Kahavai, who's played an outstanding game, brings them down.
16-yard run.
And 8 seconds remaining. And of course, to compare, we stand right here with 8 ticks of the clock remaining. And Kalaheo head coach David Kozier Jr. out there.
That's a look at Harry Mitsui, the Waianae coach, always hugging himself. I'm glad he's not kneeling down like he usually is. I guess he's getting ready to make his move across the field there.
He's got strong knees, I tell you that. Matthew Kamahele in for what will probably be the final snap of the ball game. And on the ground again, it is Anglo-Newman 2-1-0. And that is it. This game is in the books. And so we look at the scoreboard, and the final score, Waianae advances to semifinal play. They beat Kalaheo by a score of 33-12. We'll be back with some final thoughts after this. And we are back at Aloha Stadium about 23 minutes before the second game of our doubleheader. But this game, the first of 4 quarterfinal games, comes to an end.
Turnovers by Kalaheo. They could ill afford the 5 turnovers. I think they were in the game until they made a couple of those interceptions there that really hurt them. But they played a real good game for a team all the way up from the bottom division. They put up a good fight. There's no question about it. They're playing the #1 team in the state of Hawaii right now defensively, 42 points, and they scored 12 against them, so they got nothing to be ashamed of.
Our hats off to David Kozier Jr. and his Mustangs from Kalaheo. Their season comes to a close, 5-1 in the regular season and 5-2 if you incorporate tonight's loss to Waianae. But it certainly was a worthy effort and a great effort by one man individual who was our Finance Factors family player of the game. And we're going to go downstairs right now to Tiny Tadani, who is with that young man. Tiny?
We talked about all the Tafitis. There's Joe on this team and Matthew standing next to me. Your brothers David and Andy. Any more coming up?
Nah, only my sisters try to make her play football.
Maybe a girl playing football. We talked to her last year, playing for Castle. Now, what do you guys do at home? Do you practice? Your dad teaches you something? You guys eat something special that makes you so good?
Nah, it's mostly the coaches push us during the season. And I give a lot of credit to the coaches.
What's some of the stuff they tell you in practice, especially this week against a team like Kalaheo?
To hustle and never take nobody light.
And what about looking maybe ahead too far? And I know you won an OIA championship for yourself like your brothers. What makes you have that drive?
I don't know, but the coaches, they push us a lot, and we gotta work. Gotta take it step by step to the OIA.
Show your trophy to everybody, because you are the Finance Factors player. Is courtesy of the Trophy Center, Trophy House make that. And you see that cartouche there?
Yeah.
Possibly you can make the cartouche, team, huh?
Soups.
Want to say something to Coach and Howard upstairs?
Cartouche.
All right, back to you guys.
There you go. Hey, if you got one word to say, that's your favorite.
I tell you, where were the Tafitis when I was coaching? No, always got great players from Waianae. What he said about the coaches down there, absolutely true. Harry Mitsui and all of the players down there that are, you know, benefiting from that coaching down there, they deserve it.
And you can tell he's well schooled about not being too cocky and looking forward, you know, one step at a time. He's almost speaking like Harry Mitsui, isn't he?
Yeah, well, he was on our cartouche team last year as a utility player, Tafiti. He does everything for them, and he's getting bigger and stronger. You can see it.
Broadcast, and certainly Mr. Tafiti will be among those who want to tune in once again to this bowl game, Coach.
Well, we're going to rebroadcast it, Waianae versus Kalaheo, Saturday at 4:30, and then on Monday at 6 o'clock in the afternoon right here on Channel 31, where the action is.